Hey, this is M. This is the first time I've ever done a voiceover for one of my speed paints, so we'll see how this goes. But in this piece, I decided I wanted to draw one of my favorite characters from Steven Universe, which is Lars. And this piece is directly related to the new Steven bomb, so if you haven't seen it, then maybe you might want to not watch this one, but you know, I kind of want you to watch it, so keep watching, please. But just so you know, this picture is kind of a spoiler in itself, so if you click away, that's okay. But in this piece, I basically just kind of wanted to stay with the whole rose motif and also show that Lars is freaking out. So what I did first is I drew like a preliminary sketch, and then I went in and refined it a little bit, and now here I'm drawing his beautiful mane of hair. I have issues drawing hands, which is why you might see me drawing it like 500 times, but I think every artist kind of has issues drawing hair. So right now I'm just kind of inking everything, and I'm refining the anatomy because the anatomy is a little bit wonky at first, so I needed to fix that up. And one of my favorite things about Lars' design in the new pink Lars version is that they leave him with like the cut in his shirt, but it's not bloody. I mean, later I kind of fixed it up and I made it a little bit bloody just because I'm a gore artist at heart, so, you know, I have to make sure it's as gory as possible. But, I just kind of really like his new design, and I hope to see him a lot in the future. So right now I'm fixing the canvas and making sure that everything's kind of working properly composition-wise, and I'm planning out what I want the rest of the composition to look like. I went with something really similar to that design that I just did at the end, but I changed it a little bit. So right now I'm going through and coloring all of the parts of his body, which is horribly time-consuming and annoying, but I just like his new design because it's pink, and I mean, pink's not one of my favorite colors, but I use it the most in my drawings, and I don't know why. I think it's just because it's like a nice light color, and I love pastels, so I think that's why I use a lot of pink. So right now I'm going through and I'm painting his shirt. He's so emo. I love that about Lars, that he's just like this dumb teenager kid that doesn't, like, he cares about what other people think of him, and yeah. Oh, and I did add a kind of undershirt thing, which is, I mean, it's meant to be a binder, but I just kind of drew it in there because I was like, oh, trans Lars is a cool concept, so I put that in there. And I don't like the shade of blue that I chose at first, but I kind of fixed it up later when I went over with a red overlay to kind of make all the colors cohesive. So, by the way, this is at 20 times speed, so it may look like I know what I'm doing, but basically this whole drawing was just me freaking out with my tablet and going, I don't know what's going on, I'm just going to try it out, because I'm not good at poses or anatomy, which is a little bit, I mean, it's not shocking. If you've seen my other drawings, you would know that they're not the greatest. I do a lot of portraits because I get nervous drawing full bodies and stuff. So right now I'm putting in highlights and making sure that everything kind of looks good as a whole. And the way I do my shading and highlighting is I usually go in with a flat color and just do some shell shading, like some simple shell shading. And then I go in with an airbrush and kind of soften everything up to make it kind of have like a nice rounded effect. I don't know why I didn't just draw his decal of his shirt like directly into the line art, but I kind of had to go back in afterwards and make sure that it's there. Oh, here's where I put all the blood on his shirt, because I thought it was weird that Steven heals his wound, but then somehow his shirt is not bloody at all, because it should be. So, oh my god, I'm not good at drawing feet. So, I just kind of try to make the feet as imperceptible as possible. Here I'm going through and I'm coloring all the line art to make it kind of fit better with the surrounding colors, and I had a lot of issues with coloring the black shirt because it's such a dark color. I wasn't sure what color line art would look the best on it. So then here I'm putting a few overlays to make the colors more cohesive. I love using like a orange-blue overlay on a lot of drawings because they're complementary colors. I'm not very good at color theory, but I think it kind of makes everything look a little bit better and look more like you know what you're doing. So here's where I drew like 50 flowers. There are like 50 roses in there. And then you can see as I keep going that I get more and more lazy with like what the roses look like. Because at first I had these reference photos and I like was copying them properly and like making sure they actually looked like roses. And then by the time I went to like the under layer of roses, I just was like, you just have fun with the squiggles. They're not gonna look that closely, are they? So what I was planning on doing is actually coloring them, like coloring in the roses in the background, but then when I put the dark background back in, I thought it looked so nice with just the outline, so I just kept it like that. So this is the final piece. Thanks for watching.